Mexico's highest-ranking bishop backs Pope's support of civil unions for gay couples.
Here's a summary of the article.
Mexico City. The Mexican Catholic Church's highest-ranking bishop agrees with recent comments by Pope Francis in support of civil unions for gay couples, the prelate told Reuters. Mexico is the second biggest Catholic country after Brazil, with around 80% of its nearly 130 million people affiliated with the Church. Cardinal Carlos Aguiar, Archbishop of Mexico City, said in an interview that he backs the Pope's comments from a documentary that premiered in October and used previously unseen footage from an interview he gave to Mexican broadcaster Televisa. The comments marked the first time a sitting pope had advocated any legal protections for gay couples. "I completely agree," said Aguiar, a longtime ally of Pope Francis. In the documentary, entitled Francesco, the Pope says, "Homosexual people have the right to be in a family, they are children of God, and what we have to have is a civil union law, that way they are legally covered." Related, but Francis's more open and inclusive tone has marked a sharp contrast with his more conservative predecessor, Pope Benedict XVI. Aguiar, who has lobbied against both abortion rights and same-sex marriage, argued that parents should never reject their openly gay children.
This post received a score of 37,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
"I think a lot of people are confusing civil unions and marriage. The Pope and the Church are still technically against gay marriage.
This is still a pretty radical stance for the Pope to take. I'm glad to see the Catholic Church making an effort, they don't really have to.
Who knew preaching love one another was so controversial?
But only in spirit. Pretty sure they still view gay sex, or any other sex not for procreation, as sinful.
Except for all those little kids they fuck."
Pope Francis made tremendous moves against this.
Against the decades, if not centuries, of systematic, institutionalized, covered-up child rape by his global church, who is hoping this all goes away after token efforts.
The Catholic Church's problem is its size. There is rampant child sexual abuse in all of Christianity, but the largest denomination, Catholicism, gets blamed and remembered for every offense while other churches do it and people just say, "Well, that's no my church." It's bullshit. Every member of the church clergy is blamed for the actions of a few. No one blames every Christian for the actions of the Branch Davidians or the KKK.
Structure: a priest in his own parish in bumfuck Arkansas versus the RCC shuttling pedo priests around the world when they get caught. That's not size, that's apathy at best, malice at worst.
Oh, trust me, those little parishes are just as insidious as the rest. Except it's kept quiet within the community and rarely results in the relocation of offenders, because whichever offending priest is related to everyone else, and who would dare turn against family? Source: former Arkansan Catholic.
Civil unions equals gay marriage. Remember that Jorge Bergoglio, Pope Francis, was an important figure for the anti-gay marriage camp in Argentina in 2010.
A lot can change in 10 years though.
That's what I thought when reading this. People can change their opinion. We should note that civil unions and Christian marriage are not the same thing. They wouldn't even accept divorced and willing to remarry people as far as I know. I don't want to speak instead of Christian people because I'm not one, but I've grown up in a mostly Christian environment, and all I understood by having conversations with Christian friends and priests is that the reason why they don't accept homosexual people is because they basically can't make children, they cannot form a proper family.
By the way, what happened with the legalization of pot situation? Any updates? Is done and sealed, or is this like some kind of perennial tease?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.